A West Michigan native is making a big name for himself in the world of jazz.
John Proulx began his formal musical education at the age of 3 in Grand Rapids, but his talents have taken him to LA and now New York City.
And he's performing tomorrow night in Grand Rapids and will be taking part in Art Prize. Well, he wasn't able to bring his keyboard with him today, but he is in studio with us, and we've been peppering you with questions. Give us the little bio about your time here in Grand Rapids, because you grew up here.
I did. I grew up here, yep. And I'm going to be playing at Ottawa Tavern tomorrow night, which is a new jazz club in town.
Nice.
And I played at the Carytown Concert House on Tuesday night in Ann Arbor. So,
wow. So making the rounds
making
here.
The rounds.
But you know West Michigan well because you went to Catholic Central.
I went to Catholic Central, yep, and I went to Aquinas College for 2 years as well.
That's wonderful.
Played tennis on the team there.
Hey, how about that?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And then, so you moved away to pretty much kind of launch this career that you've been working since you were 3 years old.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. You know, it's tough. It's a tough journey sometimes.
It is. But West Michigan was a great place to grow up and to study music. I went to Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp, which was really great, and had a piano teacher that I studied with all through grade school, through high school, Elizabeth Snedeker. And so then, I moved away and had a lot of opportunities in LA, but I always like to come back to West Michigan.
What was it about jazz that was, because I'm guessing as you grew up, you probably were exposed to and played a lot of different types of music. What was it about jazz?
Well, my grandfather was a jazz guitarist, so I grew up listening to that kind of music, and so it was really in my blood, and my family, they were all musicians as well.
That's wonderful. So you're sans keyboard today, but we do have a clip of performance, so let's take a look.
Okay, when I listen to your music, all I can think of is having a nice hot cup of tea on a Sunday afternoon and really just enjoying leisure.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Is that the kind of feeling you sometimes hope to inspire?
I do, yeah. I mean, that was a song called The Way You Look Tonight, which is a great standard. So I enjoy playing the Great American Songbook by great composers like Gershwin's and Cole Porter, but I also like to write my own music in that style.
I was just going to ask, you know, this is just a beautiful song. You know, people dance to it at their weddings.
Yeah,
it's one of the most important days of their lives. And what inspires you when you write, what you like to write about?
Well, I like to write for other artists, especially. I wrote a song for Nancy Wilson, who's a great jazz singer.
Yeah.
And I wrote the song specifically for her. It's called These Golden Years. And the album got a Grammy in 2006, which was really cool.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
That's
but
amazing.
I like to write for other artists, but I also like to write for myself and sing the songs.
And you actually have a CD release party coming up.
I do, yeah. I have a new CD come out. I have 2 CDs that are available now, Moon and Sand and Baker's Dozen, but I have a 3rd CD coming out in probably October, and it features a duet with Michael Feinstein.
Oh, wow.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow night, Ottawa Tavern.
Ottawa Tavern, 8 p.m.
Downtown Grand Rapids, and then on October 5th, the Ladies Literary Club, which would be a great place to see a show.
Yeah, that's going to be the
performed
CD
there
release.
before?
No, I haven't, but I hear it's really nice.
Yeah, it is.
And that'll be the celebration of the new CD. And so, and then I'm also involved in Art Prize this year.
Yeah, that's right. Don't forget to stop by St. Cecilia to visit and vote for John.
Jogger Chronicles is the name of the song.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
you were mentioning that it's kind of different. There are going to be some awards in the category of music and
yeah,
really paying some extra.
$10,000. Yeah.
Not bad.
There you go, absolutely. So is it easy? Is it easier or harder now to get your music out, connected directly to people because of the way the internet is really exploding?
You know, I think it's easier to get the music out, but I think it's harder to get paid for it.
Okay.
Just because there's so much sharing going on, which is great for exposure, but I think, a little bit more difficult for artists to make a living. But
okay.
I think it's great for the exposure, for sure.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for stopping by our
Thank you for
studio.
having me.
It's always great to see our locals doing well.
Oh, thank you.
And you have a website?
Yeah, it's johnproulx.com. That's JOHNPROULX, just like it sounds.
Exactly. There you go.
Don't
Thank
go
you
away.
so much.
Thank you.
Right back.
That's West.